Today, we're gonna go over the lightest and most efficient ways to not only filter water, but then also to cook on the trail. There's a lot of different ways that you can filter water on trail, anything from like a gravity filter to a pump filter. But what I have found the best for me and to be fast and efficient is what's called the Sawyer water filter. Here's how the Sawyer water filter works and why I find it superior to some of those other methods. What the Sawyer Squeeze actually comes with is its own little filter bag. What I like to do is actually discard that, and what I'll use is a 1 liter smart water bottle. Why a 1 liter smart water bottle? 1 liter is really easy to know how much fluids you're drinking during the day. Number two is the smart water bottle is awesome because it threads in line with your Sawyer water filter. Now check this out. This is how we're gonna filter the water. All you're gonna do is you're gonna come up to your water source here and obviously just stick your dirty water bottle in there. Okay, boom. So let's say that we have 1 liter of water right here. So boom, we put our Sawyer filter on there. And here's the really awesome thing about the Sawyer filter. Number one, you can drink it in line just like this. Or typically what I'll do is I will sit here, depending on how much water I need for the day, I'll unscrew the cap and I will just filter it like so into a regular water bottle. Really important to denote, dirty water, clean water. This is the one that you're gonna be drinking out of. This is the one you can drink in line with, but you can't just drink out of that water bottle. One awesome, efficient hack is to get what's called a sports cap. Sports cap does not come on the 1 liter smart water bottles, unfortunately, but they do come on the smaller water bottles. So you'll take that sports cap, plug it into your 1 liter. What makes this so efficient is when you're walking on trail, instead of having a regular water cap where you have to unscrew and drink, the sports cap allows you to just pull the water bottle out of your pocket, drink, and then put it down. It's these little things that don't seem like they make a difference during the day, but really add up, especially if you're hiking 8 to 10 hours a day. If it gets down to freezing temps, what you need to do, and what I keep forgetting to do, because this is like my 4th Sawyer filter in the last year, is sleep with your filter. You can do that in your jacket at night, put it in your sleeping bag. The reason you need to do that is because anytime your Sawyer filter gets frozen, it becomes completely useless. And so there's no indicator for that. You just need to know if you see stuff around you freezing and you left this out, you're kind of screwed. One of the things you might be asking is, well, what do you do if you actually don't have a water filter on you, or if your water filter broke? If my filter's totally broke and I need water, here's some of the things that you need to keep in mind. To find the correct water source to not use a filter for, one of the first things that you need to make sure that you're finding is you need to find a moving stream. So something that's moving quite fast, is super cold, and looks clear. And the second thing that you want to find is something that is very close to the water source, meaning, is it coming from a glacier? Is it coming from a spring? How close are you to that glacier, that snowfield, or that spring? The closer you are to that water source, the cleaner that water is going to be, because the further you get down to the stream, the more proclivity there could be that animals are in there with feces or anything like that that gets then into the stream that's going to cause you to get sick. Since most of the meals require water that you are going to be cooking on trail, that's why we went over filtering water first. Now, the next part of this is if you want to actually cook your food. And there's really 2 options that you have to cooking food while you're on the trail. Number one is hot dehydrated meals. Okay, and so this is going to require something like a stove and a dedicated cook system for. The second thing that you can do, though, is what's called cold soaking, which is where you'll just put any kind of meal into a cup and then just, as it sounds, you cold soak it until it's palatable to eat. The first thing that you're going to need when you start cooking hot meals is a stove system. And so that can consist of 3 different parts. The first thing that you need is you need some kind of fuel container. I do not recommend getting these on Amazon because they're an exorbitant amount of money. Just get these at your local retailer in town. The second thing that you're gonna need is some kind of flame or ignition system. This is what's called the BRS stove. This is from Amazon. It's about $20 and super lightweight and has been a tank for me. I've used this for 3 years. It's never gone down. Last thing that you need to pick up is some kind of cup. I like to use titanium for this because this is super lightweight, and if you run out of your flame, you can actually put it over a fire if you want to. And this is what you're gonna boil your water in. So how this works is you simply throw your flame on top of your fuel canister, just like so. You're gonna put that down like that. The next thing that I'll do is I will fill up however much water I need into my cup, like that. Put that cup directly onto the burner. The next thing that I'm gonna do is light the flame here, put the cup on top, and you're gonna boil that water. Now, in a few minutes, that water is gonna be boiled, and all you do is you rip open the top of your dehydrated meal like this, and you just pour that water directly into your meal. What's great about this is, especially if you get a 450 milliliter cup, is everything is actually gonna fit conveniently right in there. Ow! You got your gas, you got your stove, you got your lighter, and then you got your cap. So it's all conveniently situated right there. What are the pros and what are the cons to having a hot meal? The best thing about having a hot meal is that it's a big morale booster. When you get done with a long day of hiking, you're always looking forward to what you're gonna eat, and it's really hard to replace that as a huge morale boost. The other thing is that it just tastes super good. This is the closest you're gonna get in the wilderness to having an actual meal. The cons are that these are kind of heavy. Also, your stove system can be heavy, and these are quite expensive as well. So if you're on a budget and you're going on a huge long hike or something, might not be the best option for you. Which then leads us to our next option, which would be cold soaking. I cold soaked throughout the entire Colorado Trail for 500 miles, and it wasn't that terribly bad. However, I'm not sure if I would do it again for that long of a duration. The reason I did that was because I had to go super quickly, so I needed to be as lightweight as possible. So that meant I was going to completely ditch my stove system. I didn't need that. So all I brought for meals on that were things like ramen noodles or instant potatoes. The thing you're gonna wanna have for cold soaking is what's called a Talenti jar. All you do is you put your ramen noodles in there, you sprinkle your water on it, boom, and you wait for about 20 minutes and you're ready to eat. The pros to cold soaking is that it's extremely lightweight. You can be eating like a king for a while. But the drawbacks to it is that it's just not as satiating and not as morale boosting as your dehydrated meals. You want to have a long handled spoon with this. They make a ton of these on Amazon. They're super lightweight, but why you want a long handled spoon is because it actually will get into the bag. A regular conventional spoon only gets to 3/4 of the way down here, so you're gonna get a bunch of stuff on your hands all of the time. So the long handled spoon really works well when you're doing any kind of eating in the backcountry. We'll see you for the next video.